This book is presented to you in the form of audiobook. If you find yourself struggling with overthinking, feeling like your mind is always racing, and you can't seem to slow it down, then today's video is just for you. Trust me, watching this video could change your life and help you tackle your overthinking challenges. Today we are diving in the book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, written by Thomas Brown, that has personally helped me deal with overthinking. This book contains valuable lessons that can improve your life. So, let's dive in. Have you ever heard of the samurai, the modern Japanese warriors? These fierce fighters were renowned for their skills in battle and earned a reputation for being incredibly dangerous. There's an intriguing story about a disabled yet highly intelligent samurai that highlights an important lesson about the nature of thought and action. The samurai understood that when they went to war, it was crucial to act swiftly without getting caught up in overthinking. Imagine a scenario where an enemy is approaching, ready to attack. If the samurai started to overthink, wondering how big the enemy's sword was or where the attack would come from, they could lose precious time and put themselves in danger. Overthinking in such critical moments could lead to disastrous consequences. To combat this tendency, the samurai learned a concept called mushin. Mushin translates to no mind, or a state of mind free from distractions such as thoughts, anger, fear, and ego. In this state, a person can act instinctively without hesitation or overthinking. This skill was essential for the samurai and contributed significantly to their legendary status. In today's world, learning about mushin is just as important. Many people struggle with overthinking and distractions that hinder their ability to act decisively. Each letter of mushin represents an important lesson that I will reveal one by one throughout this video. By learning these 6 lessons, you will gain a deeper understanding of mushin, and your struggle with overthinking could be greatly reduced. Before we start, I have a question for you. How much money do you want to earn in a month? Don't overthink it. Just answer right away. Once you have your answer, feel free to write it down in the comments. Now that you have thought about it, let's discuss how you can actually earn that money. If you want, you can pause the video for a moment to think more about it. When I first asked you how much money you wanted to earn, if you answered without thinking too much, you probably felt relaxed. But as soon as you started to think about it more deeply, you might have felt some stress or discomfort. You might have started wondering, I dream of earning millions. How will I achieve that? Once you entered that thinking mode, pressure began to build. If I had told you to stop the video and think for half an hour or an hour about how to earn that money, you might have felt overwhelmed and frustrated by the end of it. This experience highlights a common issue. Overthinking can lead to stress and burnout. By learning these 6 lessons, you will gain a deeper understanding of mushin. The M in mushin stand for momentum. It's crucial to understand that you shouldn't believe everything you think. The author of the book emphasizes that there's a significant difference between thought and thinking. Thoughts are nouns, they are ideas or concepts that pop into your mind. While thinking is a verb, it's an action. In thinking, there is momentum, similar to what you might have learned in physics. This momentum can be positive or negative. For example, many of us wake up in the morning with the intention of going to the gym or working on our goals. However, instead of taking action, we might find ourselves scrolling through social media or watching videos. As time passes and it gets closer to gym time, we may lose motivation and become lazy. We might think, I didn't go to the gym today. I'll start fresh tomorrow. This creates negative momentum. On the other hand, there are times when we wake up feeling unmotivated but decide to take small actions anyway. For instance, I might not feel like going to the gym but tell myself, let's just go to the bathroom first. After doing that, I might start packing my gym bag. Even if I still don't feel like going, the act of packing my bag can create positive momentum. Suddenly, I feel more motivated and end up doing a great workout at the gym. This illustrates how momentum can significantly impact our decisions and actions. Unfortunately, we often find ourselves caught in negative momentum, especially when we overthink situations. This overthinking can lead to chaos in our minds. Overthinking creates a cycle of stress and anxiety. When we dwell too much on what we want or how to achieve our goals, we often end up feeling overwhelmed. Instead of making progress, we might feel stuck. For example, if you dream of starting your own business, but spend too much time worrying about potential challenges or failures, you might never take that first step. The fear of failure can hold you back from pursuing your dreams. The U in Mushin stands for unbiased or have a clear mind. Imagine you're at a lively party. You're enjoying yourself with friends, your girlfriend, or family. Everyone is laughing, dancing, and having a great time. Suddenly, your phone rings. It's your bank calling with some alarming news. Your account has been hacked, and someone has stolen a significant amount of money from you. You've been scammed. In that moment, everything changes. The party that was once so enjoyable now feels dull and uninviting. You lose interest in dancing and socializing. Instead, your mind starts racing with thoughts. What's going to happen now? Will I get my money back? Who did this? Why did this happen to me? You begin to feel frustrated and anxious. The interesting part is that the party itself hasn't changed. Everyone else is still enjoying themselves, dancing and laughing, but your world feels completely different. Why? Because one crucial thing has shifted. You've moved from simply experiencing an event to overthinking it. There is a saying in Buddhism that relates to this situation. It talks about how when negative events happen in our lives, it's like being hit by two arrows. The first arrow represents the physical event, the bad news about your bank account. The second arrow is emotional. It represents the negative feelings and thoughts that follow. This second arrow can cause even more pain than the first one and can linger longer, affecting your mood and mindset. The good news is that we have control over how long we let this second arrow affect us. Often, people suffer more from their thoughts and emotions than from the actual events happening in their lives. When something bad occurs, what we think about it can change how we feel and react. For instance, after receiving that call from the bank, instead of spiraling into worry and frustration, you could choose to focus on finding a solution. Maybe the call was a mistake or a scam itself. After enjoying the party, you could decide to speak with the bank and see if there's a way to recover your money. Regardless of whether you get your money back or not, overthinking the situation won't help. The author suggests that every event we experience is interpreted differently by each person. If you were to ask 100 people about their feelings towards money, you would get 100 different responses. Each person has unique emotions and thoughts related to money, based on their experiences and beliefs. This is true for all events in life. Everyone sees the world through their own lens. If you can adopt a mindset where you remain unbiased, where you don't let events overly affect you positively or negatively, you can improve your life significantly. By not giving too much meaning to every event, you can reduce unnecessary worry and overthinking. The S in Mushin stands for stillness. Imagine you are walking through a beautiful jungle, enjoying the sights and sounds around you. The vibrant greenery and the songs of birds fill you with joy. As you wander deeper into the jungle, you suddenly step into a patch of mud. At first, it's just a little mud on your feet, but as you keep walking, the mud gets stickier and thicker. Before long, you realize that you are stuck. In this situation, most people would panic. They might start flailing their arms and legs, trying to pull themselves out. But if you have ever watched survival shows like Bear Grylls on Discovery Channel, you might remember one important lesson. When you get stuck in mud, the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Instead of fighting against the mud, it's better to calm down. You need to give yourself a moment to breathe and let the situation settle. By doing this, you allow the natural buoyancy of the mud to work in your favor, helping you gradually find a way out. This example teaches us an important lesson about how to deal with challenges in life. When something bad happens, like getting stuck in mud, our first reaction is often to panic or overreact. We might try to push through our feelings by talking about them endlessly or watching motivational videos that urge us to think positively. While positivity is important, it can be hard to maintain when we're in the midst of a tough time. So, what should we do instead? The key is to embrace the concept of stillness. In moments of stress or negativity, rather than forcing ourselves to think positively or take immediate action, we should allow ourselves to pause and find a neutral state of mind. This doesn't mean we become emotionless robots who never feel anything. Rather, it means we give ourselves permission to simply be. The H in Mushin stands for harmony with happiness. In life, we often find ourselves questioning everything around us. Why is the sky blue? Why do people act the way they do? These questions can lead us to deeper thoughts about relationships and emotions. The author of this story experienced such questions during a significant time in his life when he was in love with his girlfriend, MC Kina. Their relationship provided valuable lessons about love, happiness, and the importance of harmony. One day, during a conversation with MC Kina, she asked the author a simple yet profound question. Why do you love me? This question caught him off guard. He had never really thought about it in depth. After a moment of reflection, he began to list the reasons he loved her. He mentioned her laughter, her pure heart, her intelligence, and her deep love for her family. Each reason felt valid and true to him. However, when she turned the question back to her, "Why do you love me?" she simply replied, "I don't know." This response puzzled the author. He had just listed multiple reasons for his love, yet she couldn't articulate even one. Despite feeling a bit bothered by this, he chose not to dwell on it too much and continued with life. As time went on, 6 years passed in their relationship. The author occasionally revisited that question with MC Kina, asking her again why she loved him. Each time, she responded with the same answer, "I don't know, I just love you." This repetition made him reflect more deeply on their relationship. He began to wonder about the nature of love itself. If he could list so many reasons for loving her, what would happen if those reasons changed? What if she no longer laughed in the way he found endearing? What if she didn't help others as much as she used to? Would he still love her then? This line of questioning led to an important realization for the author. He understood that the reasons he had given for loving MC Kina were not real reasons at all. Rather, they were conditions. Conditions are like rules we set for ourselves about how we should feel based on specific circumstances. The author came to see that true love should not be based on conditions that could change over time. It should be unconditional. Unconditional love means loving someone regardless of their actions or behaviors. It's a deeper connection that does not rely on a checklist of qualities or actions. He realized that MC Kina's inability to list reasons for loving him was not a flaw. Instead, it was a sign of her unconditional love for him. This understanding brought them closer together and contributed to the strength of their relationship. Many individuals set conditions for their happiness. "I will be happy when I earn 1 million, or "I will be happy when I achieve this goal." These conditions can trap us in a cycle of waiting for something external to bring us joy. The author highlighted that this way of thinking is flawed. Just because we reach a financial milestone or achieve a personal goal does not guarantee happiness. The pursuit of happiness based on conditions can lead to disappointment and sadness when those conditions are not met. Instead, it is essential to cultivate an internal sense of happiness that is not reliant on external factors. By practicing unconditional love towards ourselves and others, we can create a more stable foundation for happiness. The I in Mushin stands for inspiration. Many people might wonder about this topic. This doesn't mean we shouldn't have goals in our lives. We should definitely think about big things, but there are 2 types of goals: inspirational goals and desperation goals. Often, we watch videos on YouTube or see others achieving great success, and we start to think, "I want to earn a crore too." If someone is making YouTube videos, we might feel like we should do the same. If someone is doing business, we might feel pressured to start a business and aim to earn 10 crores. In this excitement, we set goals that authors refer to as desperation goals. This also happens with health. For example, if someone feels they've gained too much weight, they might set a goal to lose 10 kilos quickly. In their desperation, they may push themselves too hard, leading to stress and unhappiness. Even if they achieve their goal of losing weight, they often find that they don't feel satisfied and may regain the weight later. This is a common experience for many people. Authors suggest that we should set inspirational goals instead. For instance, you might aim to go to the gym 5 out of 6 days a week because you want to feel good. The key here is the inspirational aspect of your goals. The difference between inspirational and desperation goals is significant. If you set a goal and it makes you feel stressed or heavy-hearted, it's likely a desperation goal. On the other hand, when you set inspirational goals, you feel lighter and more motivated. You focus on the actions you need to take rather than just the end results. Imagine a situation where a boy likes a girl. If he acts desperately, following her around and begging her for attention, do you think she will be attracted to him? Even if he genuinely likes her, his desperation might turn her away. No one likes desperation, so it's important to move away from desperation and towards inspiration. Get inspired by others instead. This simple shift can change your energy, improve your feelings, and help reduce overthinking. The last N in Mushin stands for never-ending emotions. Our emotions are like a pendulum. On one side, when positive thoughts come to us, we feel good. However, the pendulum will eventually swing to the other side, leading us into overthinking. You might watch this video and think, I shouldn't think at all. But the truth is, the pendulum will keep swinging between thoughts and overthinking. Our emotions will continue to fluctuate because that's part of being human. We shouldn't let this bother us. Instead, we should try to stay as much as possible in the state of positive thinking and good feelings. By doing this, we can reduce overthinking and achieve better results in life. There's a related story about the famous magician Houdini. He was known for escaping from chains and locks, but one day he was challenged to escape from a prison. He was confident as he arrived, but he realized he had misplaced the string he usually used to pick locks. The prison door was different from what he was used to, and despite his best efforts, he couldn't open it. As time went on, he began to sweat and feel frustrated. He started thinking about how he would face disgrace and dishonor if he failed. He became so trapped in his own thoughts that it affected him deeply. He worried about his reputation and what others would say about him. Finally, after a long struggle, he went back to the door and pushed it, only to find that it wasn't even locked. The jailer had forgotten to lock it. The lesson here is that no matter how skilled you are, if you lock your mind into the belief that you can't do something, you won't see the opportunities in front of you, even if they are open. So stop locking up your mind. In today's video, I shared the key to unlock that mental barrier. I explained how you can overcome it. If you're interested, I can continue this series and create more videos about other problems. Please let me know in the comments if you want to learn about the other 6 barriers. Don't forget to subscribe, as I will likely make more videos about the remaining barriers. That's all for now. Catch you in the next video. Until then, stay subscribed, and thanks for watching.